Hi everyone, my name's Curtis, and if you use Groovemail, you need to see this video. So let's get straight to the point. If you use email for your online business, you need your broadcasts to go to your subscribers' inboxes, not to spam or junk, and not to hard bounce either. So just to clarify, this video is for those of you that are already using the Groovemail SMTP or are thinking of switching. This same concept does apply to every email sender, however this tutorial is focused on the Groovemail SMTP. If you're wondering what this little graphic is on screen, these are the three types of email security used to verify that your emails are legitimate and not forged. As you can see, we've got a pass next to all three, which is what you need to ensure your emails don't go into spam or junk. So in this video, I'm not going to bore you with the specifics too much. I'm not going to tell you how everything works. This is a tutorial, so let's get to it. As I've already mentioned, on screen you can see the three types of email authentication. So the DKIM, that is fully handled by Groovemail. You do not need to worry about that. However, the bottom two, the SPF and the DMARC, you will need to create some domain records, which I'll show you how to do. So the main reason for this video, in fact, is that we realized our Groove Builders emails weren't always sending, and they weren't always getting into the inboxes. Sometimes they end up in spam. So we researched this a little bit, and we found a Facebook post, in fact, in the Groove group on Facebook. In this post, someone had kindly posted sort of a tutorial with some info to get these SPF and DMARC records right. So in a way, that is kind of a follow-on from that Facebook post where I'm just going to show you how to do what is described. There are a few changes just to make it work better with certain email providers. So now let's move on to the tutorial section. But first we need to be in the right place. So I'm going to cut in a video of me showing you where to go on your Groove dashboard. So of course the first thing you need to do is be logged into Groove. And on the dashboard we're going to go to the profile icon in the top right. Head to My Account and Settings. Head to Domains and the tabs along the top. Then we'll go to Custom Domains and hit Manage. For the domain you're using with Groovemail, all you need to do is click the DNS button on the right. As you may notice, I've already got my DMARC and SPF records set up on this domain. However, yours will not have these yet, so I'm going to hit the Add Record button in the top right. So now we're in the right place on our Groove account. Let's talk about the actual content of the records and how we're going to create them. So first of all, we're going to create our SPF record using this information on screen, and this will also be in the video description to make it a bit easier if you want to copy and paste. So as you can see next to me, I've got the form that you should also be seeing on your domain records page. So first of all, the type, we're going to select text from the drop down menu. In the name, we're going to use the @ symbol or leave it blank. This just refers to the domain itself. Now for the content, as you can see, there's a long string of letters and numbers. Don't worry too much about making sense of this. There is a bit of info on screen if you're interested. However, for a bit of information, the IP4, that basically allows from that range of IP addresses, which is the ones that Groovemail SMTP is using to send emails. We also have the mxgroovemail.net. Now that allows from any IPs of the MX records on groovemail.net. So if that's too technical, don't worry about it. All it kind of means is you're allowing these certain IPs to send mail on your behalf. So once we've filled this information in, we can hit the save button here and carry on to the next record, which is the DMARC. So the DMARC is a bit simpler. We're going to go text record again on the drop down. The name is just _dmarc.yourdomain.com. Obviously replace your domain with the name of your domain. And as you can see, the content on screen is quite simple. That will also be in the description for you to copy it just to make it a bit easier. And essentially what DMARC does is tells the receiving mail server what to do if your email fails SPF or DKIM. Essentially it's just an added layer of security against fraud and forged emails. So the policy type, as you can see above, is what should be done with an email if it fails the SPF or DKIM. First off, we're going to start with none, just to make sure that everything's working correctly and we are receiving emails. Once you're happy, your broadcasts are going to subscribers' inboxes and not spam. Obviously, you'll have to check with them, get some feedback, test it yourself, and we'll go to that in a minute. but then you can either change to quarantine, that will send the emails to spam or junk folders, or you can go to completely reject, which means the email will completely bounce if it fails SPF or DKIM. So now hopefully we've filled in the information and we're going to hit the save button again. So now you've created both your SPF and DMARC records. Now that should be everything to get your email security in order for all the 3 different types. However, let's move on to testing just to make sure that we can see it's correct on our end. So there are a couple of methods we're going to use to test these records we've created. So let's get into them. So first of all, it should be the most obvious one, is sending test emails from GrooveMail. Now we don't need to go through and send a broadcast to our entire list to do this. You can create a new broadcast, and then halfway through when you're creating the content of the message, once you've filled that out, you can enter a test email below and hit send test email. We've tested ours using a Gmail account and an Outlook account. Now once you've done this tutorial, your email should go into the inbox, and if you don't get it, don't worry just yet, but if you do, here's how you check it. So we'll go ahead and open up the email that we've received. Hopefully it's in our inbox on the Gmail account. So when you go to the far right of that email, you will see a 3-dot menu. Drop that down and then hit show original on that menu. You will now get the message content opened up in another tab. At the top you'll see a bunch of information. At the bottom you'll see these 3 fields, which obviously are the email authentication that we've mentioned. These should all have a pass after we've done this. Obviously this indicates all 3 types of email authentication are working correctly. And if the email went into your inbox, that's also a good sign too. Next we're going to test with an Outlook account and show you how to check that that has come through correctly. So we're going to go ahead and open up the email we've received in our Outlook account. Again, hopefully it's in the inbox, but if not, don't worry just yet. So once we've opened up the email, same situation again, go to the 3 dots menu on the far right, down to the view submenu, then into the view message source. Again, you'll get a pop-up with all of the raw information of the email. I've blanked out sort of the top half. What you're looking for is the authentication results, as you can see highlighted on screen. So just search through for this. You can use Ctrl F to make it a bit easier. However, as you can see on here, we've got SPF pass, DKIM pass and DMARC pass. Same as Gmail, all 3 authentication methods working correctly. So now we've done this and we're happy things are working correctly, we can go ahead and send some test broadcasts to our lists, or just to test email addresses to make sure it's working alright with the people that we actually want to communicate with. Try to get some feedback, so in your email just mention, did this go to your inbox, was it in spam? If it hard bounces, obviously you can see that anyway. It's also worth doing a test email every couple of months or so, as the IPs we set could change, although unlikely. Obviously if you're getting problems with open rates and bounce rates, make sure to check as well. Hopefully this tutorial helps some of you who are struggling with email deliverability using the GrooveMail SMTP. However, if you're still having issues, don't struggle. We try to help everyone no matter what stage they're at. If you are having issues, contact us via the email or Facebook or Instagram as seen on screen. We've got tons of resources available, and we can also offer done-for-you services in some cases, so contact us if you are struggling at all. So that's everything from me. Be sure to subscribe for more content to help you build your online business. Drop us a like and a comment down below, let us know if this helped you, and I'll see you in the next one.